you own your masters.
Yeah.
And you were one of the youngest to ever do that at the age of 29. Would you ever, you see a lot of artists selling their catalog. Is that something Chris Brown would look to do in the future?
I don't think I would, because I feel like as a black artist, that's what we've been wanting forever.
To be able to get that.
Get our masters.
Right.
So for me to be able to do that, like, and be one of the first young cats to do it, like, it's like, oh my, I beat the game. But I feel like I wouldn't do it at this point, because that's something my children's children can eat on.
All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life. Look, all my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life.
Hello, welcome to another edition of Club Shay Shay. I am your host, Shannon Sharpe. I'm also the proprietor of Club Shay Shay. And for today, we have a very special edition of Club Shay Shay. We're on the road. He's one of the most accomplished R&B performers and hit makers of his era. He surpassed Elvis Presley for the most gold certified singles and Billboard Hot 100 entries among all male vocals in history. The first male singer to have 20 platinum singles. The first R&B singer in history to own 100 Hot 100 hits. One of the highest grossing African-American touring artists of all times. One of the best-selling digital artists of all time. A Grammy Award winner, global superstar, songwriter, dancer, actor, producer, entrepreneur, author, father. Some call him the king of R&B. When they say R&B is dead, I say check this man's resume. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Brown.
What's up, man?
Man, it was a long time coming.
Man, Jacquees the king of R&B, man.
Jacquees,
I'm gonna let him keep that title, man.
You gonna let him keep that?
Little bro got it.
Bro, how you doing?
I'm great, man.
Man, you know, before I start every show, I have my own cognac. I brought a gift for you, a box.
Thank you.
But I want you to try it.
Come on, let's get it. Let's do it.
You go.
Oh, I was about to do it. Okay, come on.
You can open it if you want to.
I'm gonna say that for later.
Okay.
I don't want to be too saucy.
Hold on. We gotta get a toast first. Bro, continued success.
Thank you so much.
Congrats on everything you've done.
You, brother.
So much more to accomplish. I appreciate you.
It's smooth.
Smooth? You like that? That's something you can...
Yeah, I don't like when it be like...
Yeah, see? It don't got that burn to it.
Don't got it. It's
nice
good.
and smooth.
Yep.
You heard the man.
Yeah, it's smooth.
Bro, how you doing?
I'm great, man. I'm great.
Great?
Yeah.
Man, I really appreciate you taking time. Jacquees reached out and said, man, Chris Brown's manager trying to get in touch with you. You mind if I give him your number? I was like, sure, no problem. And I'm like, because you and I, we had talked a little bit before, and you was like, I'm going overseas. When I get back, let's do it.
Yeah.
I said, this man busy. I said, he ain't going to find time.
I got to.
And it would happen so quick, because this is like a week. And this was done. I thought you was like, are we going to do it in July or August? He said, nah, we're going to do it in a week.
Yeah. I had to come through, because I don't like to skip out on my promises, man. I know we talked. I was like, nah, I got you. I said, yeah.
You did. You said you had me. You got me. So let's talk about what you got going on. Before we get to that, basketball. I know you love basketball.
Yeah.
Ron Artest said he believed had you not chosen the music path, you could have been an NBA player.
Yeah, with a lot more discipline, I think. I definitely think I could have pursued it. I really loved it. I still love the game. I play all the time. As far as like training and having to get conditioned, I think I could have did it. And I don't think this profession kind of made me
allows you to do kind of on your schedule as opposed to someone else's schedule.
Yeah, so I got to kind of even get acclimated in being a team player.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
because when I hear everybody, Snoop Dogg, I hear a lot of the NBA players, they're like, okay, what rapper can like really hoop? I'm talking about like really, really hoop. The first two names come up, you and J. Cole.
Yeah.
So one-on-one, who winning?
Well, right now, I mean, J. Cole, I got to give him his credit because he's improved his basketball game.
Right.
Like him, I know he worked with a couple of other guys that I work with too, as far as like basketball training, but he's amazing. I'm still not gonna doubt me now.
Yeah.
You know, so I give me like a week of practice and then I think I got.
I left a couple of guys out. Drake, he be hooping. Lil Durk.
Down with them.
You like?
No, this is right.
If you and J. Cole, I think
I'm gonna get J. Cole though.
We could make that happen.
I would love to do that. I'm saying it humbly though, because J. Cole is a.
Because I watch both of you guys in the celebrity games at the NBA All-Star game.
Yeah.
Seen you play a couple of times with some real players.
Yeah.
You for real got game.
Yeah, if I'm serious about it, I play. Most of the time, I try to just have fun. But nah, I'm not taking the L. I gotta do that.
How much do we need to put up to make sure you take it serious? If we put up 100,000, winner take all.
Oh no, I'm in there. That's mine. I'm taking that. That's mine.
So Cole got no chance.
I mean, nah. Nah.
So if you were to say, if you're an NBA, if your game, Chris Brown, your game reminds me of what NBA player?
You know what's funny, bro? A long time ago, when I used to play, a lot of my homies, they was like, you look like C.J. McCullough.
Okay.
And I was like, why? And then I looked at some of his like high school pictures and then some of his games, like he's long, lanky,
right.
Played like me. So I was like, I mean, I'll take that.
Right.
Any NBA player I would take.
You
know, that's a hard profession to get into.
Right. Did you hoop in high school?
Yes, definitely hooped in high school. I actually played varsity on the JV squad, but as a bring on.
Right.
But I was always playing with older guys as a young age. When I was like 10, 11 years old, my dad used to take me to the gym and drop me off. It's like, look, I don't care, get in the game. I don't care how old they is, get in the game.
Wow.
And I'm playing with grown men, 27, 30-year-olds.
So what's your favorite NBA team?
Favorite NBA team, man. I'm in LA right now. I wish my Lakers could. Yeah, I really want LeBron and them to really do something, man, and make some history happen. But I'm such a fan of the game and certain eras or certain different teams that it's hard for me to be like, hey, I'm this team all the way, because it's like, dang, I'm friends with this guy on this team. Me and him have a personal relationship, so I'm rooting for him. Right. And then on this side, so whoever wins, the best player wins. Right. But yeah.
Who's your favorite player?
Favorite player, Kyrie.
You like Kyrie?
Kyrie. He's one of my closest friends too. But as far as like seeing him play, being around him, playing with him, like he's probably one of the most phenomenal guys when it comes to the English on that backboard.
Right. So what do you like so much about Kyrie's game?
It's tenacity. He's aggressive, but it's graceful.
Right.
And he's going and I think he makes other players better. Right. I think he's getting into that consciousness of saying, hey, look, we got to do this together. So I think he brings out a lot of spunk and a lot of real talent out of a lot of players that probably already knew they had it, but he encourages that.
I know you follow the game closely, so you see some of the trades that transpired. Yeah. You see Bradley Beal goes from the Wizards, goes to the Phoenix Suns. Yeah. So now he pairs with Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. Yeah. You see Chris Paul gets traded. He gets moved again. Now he goes to the Golden State Warriors to go with Steph, Draymond, and potentially Draymond. Draymond's an unrestricted free agent. You see Jordan Poole go to the Wizards. So you think this is Kevin Durant's opportunity now to get a ring away from Golden State?
I thought it was this time.
You thought it was this time?
I thought it was this time, but I think it's up in the air. I think Chris going to
Golden State.
Man, that's a good place for him. I just want him to get a ring. Right. I like Chris been doing this thing for a while, but I really want him to get a ring. But I think KD is like, they gonna be coming. They gonna be coming.
Would you like to see Chris Paul on the Lakers?
He would have been a good asset, but I feel like he would have. There's two type of players. There's the coach's player, and then there's the militant or the follower. Right. So I feel like he would help and assist in them get it together, like bringing them all in, making sure from even from Anthony Davis to, hey, look, we got to do this. Y'all make sure y'all stop this. He has that tenacity. Right. So I feel like him and LeBron would have. I think they would have paired up. I don't think that they would have clashed.
What about a Kyrie LeBron reunion?
I would love it. I think
here in LA, or you want Bron to go to Dallas?
Nah.
It's got to happen in LA, huh?
Yeah, it got to be in LA. I would love to see them paired up. I think their chemistry is like undeniable, and I think seeing those two guys in motion is just a spark a whole nother uprise in those guys. So I feel like that's what I want to see. Right. I mean, I don't know what Kyle want to do, man, but I would love to see that.
I want to get your take on this. You've been in the spotlight, man, basically your whole life. I mean, since you were probably 12 or 13. Yeah. And you get Zion Williamson, who's been in the spotlight since he's probably 15, 16.
Yeah.
And you see the issue he having with girls. What advice would you give him? How would you tell him to navigate this situation? He's in it now.
Yeah.
You can't turn it back. He has a girl. He has one young lady pregnant. He's welcoming a child, and then you have this other one over here just putting all his business out there.
I mean, it's hard out here when it comes to that. I would just pray for Zion, man. I feel like, hey, man.
Is that what he's in need of, prayer?
Just pray and be the best man you could be at that point. I'm blessed to have 3 children, 3 different baby moms.
Okay.
But at the same time, the relationship that I built with them and the energy that I kind of come with is a little bit more. I don't know, I'm an R&B guy, so I'm a little bit more subtle with it.
Is it hard?
It's very hard. But you gotta also watch out. It's like, we all want to be in the same spots, in the same places, the clubs. We want to be. I to this day still want to see some beautiful women, but at the same time, you just gotta be mindful of the certain company you will keep, or the traps that will set themselves. As athletes, I'm pretty sure the guys on the team probably give him real pep talk. Look, you can't do this. Look, this is But on the road, on our end, it's a little bit different, but I understand what he's going through. Mm-hmm. So he just gotta hold his head together, man. hold your head, big man.
So hopefully he's learned from some of the mistakes that he has made. Because I'm sure this social media is a different animal.
Man, animal. I'm engaged with the social media stuff, but I try to stay away. Like, my fans always asking, why you never posting selfies, or you never. Right. I'm like, sometimes I'll just be wanting to chill because it's a lot.
You want to get away from that.
Yeah, sometimes you need it. Sometimes you need that peace of mind. So I feel like in this era, it's so easy to contact someone.
Yeah.
So even if
they made it too accessible.
You can scroll down your Explore page and you're like, oh man, hold on, and just say hey, and they hit you back, and it's like,
you can say that. Most people can't say that. They gonna say bye. You can say hi. This like, is this really you? You say yes.
Yeah, you got to use that vanish mode. You gotta use that.
So that thing disappears after coming.
Definitely.
Let me ask you this. Obviously, the Ja Morant, he was suspended for the first 25 games of the season.
Yeah.
What if you could see if Ja's sitting right where I'm sitting,
yeah, and
you could talk to him, what would you say?
I mean, I don't know what I would say, because I also look at my life and I kind of look at it as a mirror with certain things, especially when it comes to like being shunned in a certain negative spotlight. Mm-hmm. I feel like he's going. I mean, everybody learns, man. He's young, but I feel like he's people make mistakes. Sometimes we make continuous mistakes.
Right.
But I feel like I can't tell him how to write his story or find his path. I would just say, just do what you came in to do.
Right.
That's all I can say.
You try to surround yourself with as many good people as you possibly can.
Yeah.
And if you feel somebody is not adding, you have to remove them.
Yeah.
Has there been a situation where you felt someone was not adding to Chris Brown, but they were taking?
100%.
That you had to like, bro, I'm sorry, but I've got to stop the ride here. You have to get off.
Yes, absolutely. Through the years.
Is it hard?
It's very hard because you build relationships with people, and you have like brotherhoods with people. People stay, like when you're on the road, you got people with you every day. Some people, I'm a family first type of guy.
Yes.
But family doesn't necessarily mean have to be biologically.
Right. It's not necessarily blood. Because sometimes blood.
Yeah. So I feel like I have a nice entourage or a nice group of people now that are for me, that understand the bigger goal.
Right.
So I think now it was very hard for me because I would hang out with, we be with gangbangers, we'd be with the wrong type of people, you would be with, just people that don't go with the life path that you might want to choose.
Correct.
So I feel like, but you kind of start absorbing their energy. So if it doesn't benefit you, I feel like you really have to kind of like separate yourself. And my children were able to kind of like get me out of that.
So it was the kids for you.
For me, per se, yes. Definitely my kids, because it made me have a real responsibility. Like, I could be reckless with no one to care for. But, my
now
children
you got
really...
responsibility.
Yeah,
now
so it kind of made me start thinking.
And that sees what Chris is doing.
Yeah.
Sees what Daddy's doing.
Yeah.
So you feel that had you not had kids, you might have been on a different path.
Possibly. I might have been a lot more careless. Because I was reckless. I've been reckless when I was young. A lot. But
You're still young, Chris. You know that, right?
Yeah, but I'm talking about 19, 20,
right.
21. Like,
right.
I was feeling myself, you know. So
Right.
I think now I'm able to be appreciative of, like,
Right.
let's say if people like a song I have, or people listen to me, like, you know what, I really like that song. I really feel it and
Right.
be like, for real, oh, thank you. And it's a real thank you. It's not like,
Right.
oh, all right.
Right.
You know? So I think my kids made me kind of like see other aspects that were fun in life, but I'm still able to have my career of the lifestyle that I live, but maintain it in a better balance, you know?
Do your kids make you appreciate more of life?
Yeah, they make me appreciate the stuff that I used to do when I was a kid, because
Right.
they do everything that I used to do when I was a kid. So, and then being able to talk to them, like, my dad would tell me certain things, but there would be limitations on it. I feel like I'm just like, hey, let me tell you this, because I know you're gonna do this.
Right.
So let me explain to
Exactly.
you early. So it's a little different. Like, my kids are definitely my friends until I have to be their father when
Right.
they're old.
Right.
Like older, and I'm like, look, you can't be doing this. Right now I'm in the fun stages.
Right.
Yeah.
So how difficult is it for your kids, considering your parents didn't have what you have? So how difficult is it going to be for you to rear your kids compared to how your parents reared you?
The funniest thing for that is that I love the people that I have around, but I always tell my mom, I tell their moms, I'm like, look, I didn't have none of this, like, but I still had so much fun as a child.
Right.
My mom and my father, they allowed me to be like.
Kids need things now, though, Chris, to be happy.
Oh,
you didn't need things.
I spoil them now.
Yeah, okay.
I do spoil them now.
Okay.
But I always joke with my oldest daughter, and I'm like, look, I'm finna take you to the hood. You finna go and learn all and stay over there with your cousins for a couple weekends.
Right.
Just so you nothing is handed to you. I want you to understand, like, I want you to be just as sweet how my mother is and how my mother instilled in me. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
at the same time, find yourself, love life, and you don't have to follow in daddy's footsteps.
Right.
Like, if they want to sing, great. If they want to perform, entertain business,
Right.
perfect. But I'm just as happy if they want to do
Right.
anything else.
When you were growing up, let's just say for the sake of argument, you're 7 to 10 years old. What did Chris Brown want to be?
7, 8, man. I'm not gonna lie. At that time, I love music so much, but it was kind of like my own personal, like, okay, nobody really knows I love this music like
Right.
this. I really wanted to, like, play sports. I wanted to be in the NBA.
Did you play football?
Yes, definitely play football. Ninth grade, I'm gonna be real with you.
Okay.
Like my ninth grade year, I had broke my wrist in both bones. I snapped it. Boom. Catching I was a wide receiver.
Right.
But I caught a pass. Boom. I'm right at the 10-yard line.
Right.
My cousin that plays on the other team hits me, breaks my arm.
He broke your wrist?
Broke my wrist. It was done.
Cuz, how you do me like this?
Man, I was like, what's he doing? He was apologizing and everything. And we went undefeated that year. I was so mad. But what happened was it kind of almost prohibited me from playing basketball. So I was like, you know what? I might need to, if I really want to do the basketball, I might need to.
Give this
I'm going to give the football up. You know, but I love football, though.
Right.
Still love football. Yeah.
Who, you have a team? You have a favorite player?
You know, I'm from Virginia, so it's a whole bunch of either the Redskins or you the Cowboys.
Yeah.
You know, because we don't really, Virginia, we don't really have a
You don't
football
have a team
team.
per se, yeah.
But in my
That would be
household, it was the Redskins, it was the Cowboys, and they used to argue.
now, yeah.
Yeah.
So you like the Cowboys? How you like the? Hold on. If you from that area, if you from the DC, the Maryland, the Virginia,
Yeah.
you hate the Cowboys.
Nah. See,
Nah.
in our household, they love the Cowboys.
They love the Cowboys.
Yeah, they love the Cowboys.
Y'all had to be undercover Cowboys.
Yeah,
fans.
you put big coats on. Big coats. No, don't wear the jersey to the game.
So 7, 8, you like, okay, I'm thinking really. So when did you start to take music serious and say, you know what, this basketball thing got to take a back seat?
I was actually doing music secretively. Like, I was doing like nobody in my school knew that I kind of like did music. They didn't know I could sing and things like that. But I would be in basketball practice. I'm saying 7th, 8th grade, 9th grade. Basketball practice, 6:30, then drive an hour away, go to the studio and be there till maybe, let's say, 3 in the morning and got to get back and go back to school. And, you know, so I was doing that a while.
Wow.
But I had met these producers, a couple guys that were from the area, and I was like, no, I'm serious about it. So, you know, I was a little nervous because I never really recorded and did stuff like that. So my first time actually doing it, I was kind of like just wet behind the ears, like, hey man, what are we gonna do? Like, how do I do this?
Right.
Like, do I even sound good?
Right.
But I knew I had it in me to do it. So I just was like, this is kind of calling me faster than I think the other thing is.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but how was it, like, given so much, you're a child superstar, and the expectations that come along with that?
Man, I was kind of still in bliss. Like when I was like 15, 14, my first song came out, I was kind of like shocked. So everything was new. Mm-hmm. So I kind of had tough skin because I was just, you know, I was ready for it. So whether it had to be doing hours and hours of van rides from the east to the west coast, or, you know, going through the Bible Belt, doing every interview, every radio station, it was something I wanted to do. I felt like it was my calling. Like, and I'm from a small town, so I was like, how did I even get here?
Right.
Every step of the way. So I was appreciative. You know, I was ready for it.
Did you do talent shows growing up?
I think I did one actual talent show. It was at summer camp.
Oh, okay.
It was at like a summer camp I did.
You better have won.
Oh, I won.
Okay, I was gonna say because somebody got bragging rights.
Yeah, I know. I definitely won, and I did. It's funny. I did Thong Song Cisco.
Oh man,
Bro. I had two like my little homegirl dancers. Like, bro, I had to be like, bro. I had to have been 7 or 8.
Oh. I hope that was at the end of the week camp, but not the beginning of the week, because they're probably gonna send you home.
Oh no. The camp leaders, they laughed, but everybody kind of went crazy in there, and I was like, I think I might can do this.
Right.
You know, but that was my first actual talent show. I didn't really I used to go to the mall and sing. I used to go to the mall. Like, my homeboys would come with me, like the weekend would go drive up to the mall and be like, and they'll see a group of girls. And you know, in like the food courts in certain malls, it echoes.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? They'd be like, yo, bro, just sing. And I'll sing Mario, or I'll sing somebody's song that's hot on the radio, Usher song. Like, so, and they would be like, hey, what's your name? And I'd be like, okay, we good. We can do this. We can do this every weekend. Let's do it.
So you were singing in the mall to get the girls?
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. 100%.
It worked every time?
It worked, yeah, it worked every time. Unless they were too grown. They'd be like, y'all some little boys. We can't mess with y'all.
So what have you learned? So if what would the 33, I think you're 33, about to be 34?
No, I just turned 34.
You just turned 34. Yeah. What would the 34-year-old tell the 15 to 23-year-old Chris Brown?
15 to 23-year-old.
What would the 34-year-old tell him?
I would say, I never thought about that. That's crazy. I think I would tell him, be humble. The road ahead isn't the end. It's just the beginning. Mm-hmm. So, but be humble in everything you do. So.
It says you discovered at your dad's gas station.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
So how did that go? Okay, your dad seen you out to put. Did you pump gas, or you just at the gas station with your dad, and you just singing, and people like, man.
Yeah, I used to help my dad. I used to go there after school, and then, certain people come in. And he was like, hey, does anybody in this town like do music, talent, anything? And then, and I was just listening to the guy, and my dad was like, my son sings, and so he basically gave us like his contact information, and through him, I met the producers and the people who actually got me to get to New York and meeting the record labels. Right. So a lot of that time, that was kind of like a 4-year process, but that kind of started it. Right. That's how I was discovered.
So I mean, Teddy Riley's from your area,
yeah.
Timberland, Magoo, Missy,
Pharrell,
you ain't bumping into none of them, mate.
No, because Virginia's so big. I'm sure like Virginia's big in its different places. Where I'm from, it's maybe like I want to say an hour and a half away from where they are.
Okay.
And then we don't have like musical centers or performing arts stuff that we can showcase our talent. It's Virginia's really like a sports, a state. So I feel like we were kind of like the rose in the concrete.
Right.
I feel like everybody, I think everybody was kind of like, oh, you made it? man, it's amazing.
Right.
But
Good
you know,
surprise.
Teddy Riley and all them, they kind of started it off because Virginia Beach kind of was.
Yeah.
I remember my moms and aunts and
Pumps in the bump.
man, they say we going down there for the weekend. And we'd never be able to go.
Rump shaker.
Man, they was going out there probably wilding. Mama, I hope you won't. But
She was. I'm pretty sure. So when you tell your parents you're dropping out of high school,
yeah.
did they say, "Boy, you crazy," or did they
Well,
say,
I kind of made it sound nice.
Okay.
I said, Mama, I got this opportunity. I remember being in the phone. I was in New York, but I was in the record label's office. But I went to the bathroom. I said, Mom, I really think I got a record deal. I said, but I'm not gonna get out of school. They'll give me a tutor. You know. Right. So I actually finished school. So but it took me, instead of me finishing,
when you're supposed to.
Yeah, I left. It took me like 2 years because I was on the road. I was working.
Right.
My 9th and 10th grade, I left my 10th grade year, and that's when my single came out.
Right.
So I was supposed to be class of 07, but I ended up becoming class of 09 because I had to wait. Yeah.
What made you bet on yourself? Why were you so sure that this was the opportunity that was too good to pass up, and I'm willing to forego my final 2 years?
I feel like the dream. I never lost that. When they be like, what you want to be when you grow up, and you still have those grandiose ambitions. Mm-hmm. I felt like the light bulb was clinking. Like, hey, this is that.
Right.
You've been asking for this. This is what you asking for. Go. And look where we are in this situation. Like my family didn't have money at all, so it's like I wanted to do better than my whole before me and before them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be able to say, you know what, I did this out of everybody in my family,
right.
Everybody in my town. I saw the opportunity to make it a better opportunity for them, and definitely make a better opportunity for my mom.
You leave. You move to New York. New York is really, really different than Virginia.
Yeah.
Did it get lonely? Did you get homesick? Did you say, damn, I don't know if I did the right thing here?
You know what? It was fun because of the freedom. Like my mom didn't know at first because a lot of the times I would go on a Greyhound from Virginia and go all the way to Harlem, and I would be
You by yourself?
No, I would be with the guys who were in the production team.
Okay.
And they had a son. He's my brother to this day, but we were the same age, so he kind of showed me the ropes.
Right.
And he grew right up in Middle Harlem. So I'm like, it was a culture shock. It was like, man, I felt so green. Like I felt so out of it.
Right.
And I would speak to people. I would go and see people and be like, hey, how y'all doing? Hey, like,
that ain't how they do it in New York.
What the hell wrong with
right,
him?
you're right. Yeah, you got to be from the South.
Yeah, so I had to really kind of get acclimated. But over about a 3-month period, I kind of started finding my way, and I think that kind of made me be adaptable in every situation of being an artist, going whether it be Belgium, whether it be London, Australia. Like I'm able to be presentable in a room amongst different cultures and ethnicities.
Were there ever nights that you think this wasn't going to happen?
Yeah, all the time. I feel like a lot of people don't see no's that everybody gets. Like they just see the success and they don't think that it takes hard work.
Because they think you just got discovered. You went to this place and then boom, it blew up.
Yeah, like it would sound like that if it was written in a fairy tale story, but. No, a lot of hard work, a lot of late nights, sleepless nights, stressful nights, crying in the studio, not thinking I'm good enough, like as a younger artist. But yeah, a lot of that. But I think like I didn't let that doubt overshadow the dream. I feel like my heart was in it, so I was ready for anything. Just even to this day, like my heart and my passion is in what I do.
It's still there.
Yeah, so I feel like that's what I guess keeps me consistent or keeps people interested or engaged in my music.
Right. Def Jam, you get a contract offer from Def Jam. They offer you a contract on the spot, and you turned it down. Why did you turn it down? Was the numbers? What made Chris Brown? Because this is your opportunity. Yeah. This is Def Jam. This ain't no glass of music. Yeah. This is Def Jam, they offer you a contract, Chris, and you say, "Nah, I'm good."
I'm country. The man wouldn't talk to my mama.
Huh?
So basically, he wanted me to like with the production guys. I'm not gonna say the executive name because I love him to this day. I'm never gonna expose him. But I wanted to get him on the phone with my mom and be like, okay, cool. So could you explain this to my mom? What's going on? I think I'm 14 at the time. So yeah, 14, just turned 14. And my production crew was there, but you know, they're my handlers at that time.
Right.
But you know, at the same time, we're all in the same excitement.
Right.
But I just wanted to make sense. My mom is, her word is.
She's an adult.
Yeah,
so tell her what
I'm the
you're
mama's
telling
boy,
me.
so you got to talk to my mama.
Right.
So as soon as that happened, he was like, "Oh no, I don't need that. We're good." And I kind of didn't like what that. I felt like they wanted to get over.
Right.
Like I was, you know, I wasn't green. I was very street smart. So I just was like, well, why wouldn't you just?
Right.
You know, I'm not saying, hey, say hi to my mama,
Right.
such and such.
No,
I'm
just tell her what you're telling me.
Exactly. So that kind of made me kind of have reservations. But then Tina Davis, who was my manager at the time, she was working at Def Jam.
Right.
I think they had a merger, so she went her separate ways.
Right.
But I had learned so much from her.
Right.
Even from going into the different meetings, how to prep, how to be ready to perform. So I was like, you know what? I need someone like that can show me that, because I'm just going off the raw music at this point. So she was able to. I was like, Tina, would you mind managing me? And so she was like, cool, let's do it. And from there, she actually got me all the other deals or other sit-ins with the labels that I was sitting with. So yeah.
Did he turn you down?
Yeah.
So how did that meeting go? So how did the meeting go, and then what did he say? Why did he turn you down?
And this was probably maybe 2 or 3 years prior.
Okay.
So I was like 11 or 12
Okay.
at this time. The same kid that I said that showed me the ropes
Yeah,
in New York. Yeah. Me and him had songs. It was like a group.
Mm-hmm.
So me and him had different like songs that we would do together, and I would do solo songs. So we both got the audition. He's like, all right, cool. Let's go and meet him, and let's go sing. So we went in there together. And he was like, cool. We did the song that we have together, and I'm singing on the chorus. And so he was just like, cool. I talked to y'all. Can he go outside for a second? We're gonna just talk. They was like, nah, we don't want him.
They didn't want you.
Nah, they didn't want me. So I was like, as a 12, 13-year-old, I was in that elevator probably crying like a mug. So
But you knew who Diddy was, right? You like,
of course. And at the Pinnacle, I'm like, man, first of all, I was just excited just to meet them. Yeah, like, so being in the room kind of made me like shaky. So I probably was nervous and singing crazy, but at the same time, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna pass on that.
Right.
So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna show him. Like, so that was my motivation to keep going too. So,
because knowing who Diddy was,
yeah.
For Diddy to say, nah, you need to go on outside, it probably would be like a basketball player saying, Phil Jackson saying, nah, go away. You know, one of these prominent coaches saying, nah, bro, I don't think you good enough.
Yeah.
So you're on the elevator. What are you thinking? Like, am I not good enough? Because P. Diddy just told me, like, nah.
Of course. I was in the elevator like, man, this might be it for me. You know, because as a kid, when you're a kid, you think anything that's
It's the end of the road, yeah.
But I think I just took that motivation. Me and my homeboy, we just was like, you know what? Let's just keep going back in the studio.
Right.
Let's just make more songs. Let's get better. We just started. So I thank Puff for that, man. Right. Hey Diddy, man, I appreciate it though, like, cause that made me get on my grind.
You say you hired Tina Davis as your business manager. What did you learn from her?
I learned everything from media training to how to be presentable in a room, how to speak to people, how to listen to people. You know, I was like so country and like, hey, what's up, y'all? I'm just loud.
Right.
So I feel like she guided me through a lot of the music industry, the business of how it works. Mm-hmm. Meeting PDs, program directors, and going to different radio stations, teaching me how to have showmanship. Like she would be like, nah. She used to tell me because Neo's a good friend of mine as well, and she worked with Neo before, so she's like, nah, you don't got showmanship like Neo. And I was like, huh? What am I not doing? Right. So I would have just rehearsals, not even dance rehearsals, just rehearsals of me just figuring out how to be me on stage, or what was me when I get on stage. Right. You know?
So when you hear that first song, you hear it come on the radio, what's going through your mind?
Man, I'm cussing, first of all. I'm in the basement, so my mama don't hear me, but I'm cussing. I remember I had a a spot in Jersey because right when I signed my deal, I wasn't out of school yet.
Right.
But they had to put me in a place to where I could be closer to the label to start working.
Right.
So I was still doing school in Virginia, and I had just left them, and I was like, yeah, I'm about to be in the radio. Everybody, like, man, you ain't on no radio. What you talking about? So then when they say, I remember the song came on, my cousins was calling me like, bro, they playing you on the radio, bro. And I'm like, you lying. And I remember I turned it on. I think I sat in a corner and was like, and yelled for like 5 minutes straight. Like I felt it was the best feeling. Like I still feel like that when I hear my songs on the radio now. It's not the same as excitement, but it's still the same.
It's something about that first time in it.
Yeah. It's definitely.
Run It made you the first artist since '95 to have a debut single to top the charts.
Man.
Did you know that song? Obviously it was the first song that was released, but did you know that song would forever change your life?
No, I'm gonna be real. When I did that song, we were in Miami, and Hit Factory, Scott Storch, Sean Garrett, and I was just learning. I was a student because this was my first ever album. So any producer I would meet, I'm just soaking it all in, So I'm scared. I'm thinking like I don't sound good. I don't know if do I sound good. I don't know if I like the song because I was too nervous in my head. But then it was like, nah, this is the one. But I knew I wanted to dance in it.
Right.
The music was bumping, so I was like, look, I want to dance. I just want to showcase this. But I didn't know. I think I never had an expectation that it would have the success that it put me at. Right.
So what's your favorite song of all the songs you've done? What's your favorite song? And give me your top three.
My top three. Man. It's so hard with me because I have, just to be honest, I have about 15,000 unreleased songs, right?
What?
Yeah. I got in my phone alone, in certain apps, I have, I want to say maybe 1,800. Just 1,800 to yeah.
So obviously we're in your studio.
Yeah.
So you'll come down here it's and just crank out songs.
Yeah. It was a point where I used to stay in the studio. Like when I was doing a lot of my earlier albums, I had to learn. But around, I want to say around the Fame album and certain stuff like that, I was kind of in my zone. I knew what I wanted.
Okay, you was in your bag.
Yeah. So even for me now, I put the studio in my house because I can draw inspiration faster. Like if I think of something, if I think of an idea, I got an idea for this song, I don't have to wait or set up the studio and be like, okay, I gotta go to the studio now.
So if you're in your bed at night and you think of something, you just come down here and just...
Yeah, depends, because I'll make sure my engineer's awake. If it's 5, 6 in the morning, I'm like, man, I'll just do it in the morning.
Right.
But if it's midnight, I'm like, hey man, you up? Let's do it.
Wow. So 18,000 unreleased songs. What? How do you get to 18? How do you get to 100? Okay, somebody said, well, I got 20. I got 50 unreleased songs. Yeah. But you saying in some of your apps you have 1,800. Yeah. So you just go days, months, years where you just record.
Yeah, I literally recorded 4 songs yesterday. But I did I do it in spurts. So sometimes, some days I'll just relax. I might do 1 song. But some days it's just because I feel it's sharpening your sword, man. Being better at your craft, shooting, getting your jump shots up.
Right.
I feel I don't want to be complacent and thinking I got it all figured out. Right. I never want to think that, I'm Chris Brown, so whatever I put out is going to be great. I want to make sure it is,
Are there any songs that you wrote for an artist that if people actually knew you wrote it, they would be surprised?
I think back in the day they did. I wrote a couple pop records. I wrote a couple Jonas Brothers songs. I wrote a couple Rihanna songs. Damn, I do a couple of country records. I used to write a lot for a lot of different artists, but it was more so me experimenting with what music was. I wasn't just doing R&B, so I would just write. But I've LaToya Luckett I've written for. It's been a lot of people I've written for, but I feel like a lot of people didn't know I really write, because as an artist, you get a lot of artists music artists that don't
write for themselves.
Yeah, but and I can't shun them because I work with a lot of producers, a lot of writers, and we do different things. But I've also had time to sit down and just really have my own songs that people love, and I'm like, I'm glad they love that. I wrote that song, you know. So yeah.
What's your favorite music genre? Is it pop? Is it R&B? Dance? Euro? Rap?
I'm eclectic. So I like certain songs. Like I think when a song comes out and it moves me, I just like it. It could be a country song. It could be a piano song. It could be a heavy metal song. Like, you know, I just think whatever frequency that attunes me to it is what I kind of gravitate to. In my lane of my music, I just love doing feel good music, fun music people can dance to, but at the same time give them certain things that get them through their life. Because I see a lot of my fans, or I talk to them, whether it's meet and greets, whether it's Discord or whatever it is, and we talking, and it's like they explain to me how certain songs got them through life situations, and I'm like, wow, that really, it kind of sinks in with me. It makes me kind of like, dang, I'm really doing the music for an actual purpose. So when I do certain songs, speak from my experience, but also try to speak to uplift somebody, make them have fun, or make them be like, hey, man, this makes me feel good inside.
Are there any features that you turned down? You was like, damn, I should have hopped on that one.
Any features that I turned down no. I ain't gonna lie. I'm on a lot of features. I feel like it's certain songs that I wish that I was on when I would hear certain songs, but then I would be like, that's just my artist ego wanting to be a part of it. Yeah, but I feel like even there's certain records out now that I'll hear and I'm like, man, that's amazing. But I think that's good for me because I don't think I get convoluted in what I sound like.
Right.
I'm able to appreciate other people's music and not be like, oh, it's just only about me.
Have you ever been removed from a song after it's been recorded?
I don't think so. Have I been removed?
Have you removed somebody from a song after it's been recorded?
Yes.
So how do you go about telling them or telling him or her that their verse isn't gonna make it?
Man,
do you tell them or you have somebody else call and tell them? I think it'd be better coming from you though.
Yeah, I would tell them. I've done songs, like even with my, I ain't gonna say their names. Certain artists that are like really friends with me, and we've done songs, but I may have had like 2 songs already with them. Mm-hmm. I'm like, look, I'm gonna take you off this one because we already got this other song. Right. You know, so I've done that, but then
that's what you tell them.
No, that's been the reason. But the other ones that got taken off just to get taken off, right. It just didn't fit. It didn't fit the record.
Okay.
And I felt like the timing with it, I'll explain it to him, and right. I'll be like, look, it just doesn't fit the timing for what we doing and how we want to shoot the record. Right. But I haven't let down too many people though. I haven't tried to let down too many people.
You're a fit guy. You in the train, you like to work out. So what do you do? So what do you do? You're on tour. Mm-hmm. How does Chris Brown manage to stay in shape? Because you're a performer. Yeah. You're not just a singer, you're a performer. Yeah. You're an entertainer. Let me take that back. You're an entertainer. Yeah. So singing, dancing, that's a part of the act.
Yeah.
So how do you maintain that level night after night after night, week after week, after month after month?
Man, I just think I got more adrenaline than most people. But at the same time, my team, man, I think everybody keeps a tight schedule when it comes to what we're doing on the road. Right. Like our chef makes sure we eat the right stuff. I don't try to eat stuff that's gonna sit heavy. I want to see anything that builds my protein or just builds my endurance. That's what I'm on
right.
on tape. I'm really I'm finicky about it, like, because we also have after parties after
right.
shows on tour. It's a long road, but at the same time, I make sure I at least get my 8 hours of sleep.
Right.
So the rest is that. Me and my dancers, that workout is like no other.
Yeah, man.
So we got our workout regimen. We do our like 15 to 30 minute flash set before we get on stage, and then repeat it over and over.
Right.
So I've been able to have this fast metabolism. Hopefully, it never slows up.
So I'm just trying to figure out, how do you protect your voice?
With me, well, I wouldn't advise this to everybody else because I do smoke every now and then, a lot. But for me, I have I use these. There's these pills. They're called mullein pills. They're good for your lungs. So, and I make sure that I'm not just smoking before I go on stage. So a lot of the times I'm whenever I am smoking, I'm doing something to counteract it. I'm making sure I'm and vocal rest is the best. Like I'm yelling on stage 2.5 hours.
Right.
You know, so after that, chill out after that.
Right.
Say, what's up, bro? Cool. You know, I try to refrain from doing anything that's gonna put too much of a strain on my voice.
Right. What I have to applaud, bro, I don't know. I mean, I have to go back to like James Brown to see somebody to sing and perform like you.
Thank you.
I mean,
man.
it's continuous. It's nonstop. I mean, the first time I ever heard of Chris Brown, I heard you say something like, "Oh, I can outdance Usher." I said, "Man, this man done lost his damn mind." I said, "He's 13 and he already lied." I said, "Who taught this man to lie like this at 13?" And then I watched it. I'm like, and then you're like, "I might get Michael Jackson." I'm like, I don't know. He might. I mean, to see the way he moved, man, and the way he can contort his body, I don't know. He might be on to something. When did you learn to do that?
I watched that. That's from being a kid at the cookout, man. That's from your uncle's like, man, come out here, man, do that dance you be doing,
Right.
man. So I feel like my childhood gave me that freedom to really like, you know,
Right.
be from MC Hammer, watching MC Hammer,
Yeah.
Michael Jackson. I always was moving, and I had a fascination and love with rhythm. So I feel like, you know, even in sports, you got to have the rhythm.
Right.
So that just was like natural to me. It came natural. I feel like it's from the soul.
Yeah.
So I feel like even dancing now, like I can learn technical stuff. I can learn stuff, but I like to just, I like when people to see it, to be like, that feel good. He having fun doing that.
Yeah, but you do realize a lot of the stuff you do, they can't do, right? Like, you know what I mean? You like the only one that can do that.
Somebody got to do it.
Yeah, but like, I like to see a dance like, you know, okay, you moonwalk, okay,
Yeah.
break dance. I mean, you do a little break dancing, but
Yeah.
a lot of the stuff that you be doing, Chris, like, man, people gonna break their neck.
Yeah. I wouldn't advise people to try some of the stuff I do. That's why it's good to just see it at the show. Kids, y'all can have fun. Y'all a little bit more flexible.
Right.
But at the same time, like, I'm thankful to be able to still have these knees to be working like this.
Yeah.
And I don't get up like, oh man, I'm tired. I gotta go dance.
Right.
I love it. Man.
Right.
So as long as I'm able and God blesses me to be able to dance and showcase this talent and hopefully inspire the world, I'm gonna keep doing it.
Why don't you think other artists have adopted your approach to become performers? I mean, sometimes you see performers or you see like singers. I mean,
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, but I look at you as an entertainer. I look at Beyonce as an entertainer.
Absolutely.
But they're singers. Adele is a singer.
Yeah. I
She,
feel like
she got a mermaid dress on. She on that mic. I saw at the observatory. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
But I saw Beyonce and I'm like, how she do that for 2 hours?
Yeah.
I watch you. I'm like, how he do that for 2 hours?
I think, cause you know, I think it's different stars, man. It's different stars in the sky. So I kind of, my take on it is everybody has their thing.
Right.
You know, I feel like in our genre, it's like a old art, but at the same, you know, because you got to really do your research or you got to really, you know, want it. And I think Beyonce, I got to always give her credit. She wants it. She has always wanted it. You know what I'm saying? So, and she is it.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like with me, I've always wanted it. I always wanted to leave a legacy of being one of the baddest.
Right.
You know, I don't got to be the baddest, but I'm gonna be one of them.
Right.
You know.
What does it make you feel like when other artists come up to you and say, bruh, that was unbelievable performance?
I'm still in shock. Like I have a imposter syndrome. I wake up to this day and be like, am I? How did I get here?
Right.
Like, so when people even acknowledge it, I'm more receptive and appreciative. I'm kind of like, for real? Okay, cool. They like my stuff. I'm still fans of other artists. So
Right.
it's like, so it's still me being like, okay, they really love what I'm doing.
Right.
I'm gonna keep doing it.
Right.
All right.
When you first started out, you used to open up for Beyonce.
Yeah.
You like, you know, I'm gonna try to swipe some of her fans. I want some of her fans because I know what she's gonna do after me.
Man.
I need to make sure I do something before. So them people talk about, yeah, Beyonce was great, but you should have saw Chris Brown. Chris Brown was unbelievable.
Yeah. I was a student. Being on there, I was with Destiny Child. I think I was like 16 or 17. I opened up for them in Australia. And for that was just a blessing, because to be able to go from me having a little TV and me watching these people performing and being able to see them and they like, hi, they know my name. I'm like, oh my God, they say hi to me. Watching them perform, from stage presence, lighting, production, dancers, timing.
Right.
I learned so much from all of those experiences, and I soaked it up, and I said, well, I don't want to copy anybody.
Right.
But okay, well, if I could do that, I'll do it like this. So I was able to digest and learn from all those experiences.
Right.
So it was actually a blessing. It was a blessing.
I had Drewski on my show, and he said he went on tour with you.
Yeah.
And he said it's unbelievable the amount of distractions that's going on, like girls just running everywhere, but you're laser focused on what you need to do.
Yeah, cause I look at it like these people spending money to come see me. Like even to this day, like you spending a ticket or whatever for your family, you coming through with it's kids there, it's grown people there, it's all ages. But the one thing I need them to do is leave happy. I need them to leave, not for my pockets, you know, they need to leave happy for my soul.
Right.
Like this ability that I'm able to have, or this talent that I'm born with, I want to express it with love. The frequency I want to give out is love. So like that's what gets me going. And when they come in there, I'm excited. I'm more nervous than they is.
Right.
So but I'm gonna make sure that they gonna leave and be like, you know what, I got my money's worth.
Man, I read that this guy broke up with his girl. You called his girl up on stage and gave the young lady a lap dance, and he broke up with her. Bro, how you do that?
Man, see, it wasn't intentional.
What do you think was gonna happen?
See, I didn't know she had a guy.
That's her fault, cause she knows she had a guy.
She should have said it. She definitely should have said it. My dancers pull up a girl on stage during our set, and we usually like to give the fans an opportunity, but sometimes it's very, very, very attractive women come on stage. So I'm like, okay, cool. So me grinding on them, they don't really have a problem with it. It's just, I guess she had a man there.
Right.
So, but I didn't know. I didn't find out till afterwards. I was like, man, we should have just. Do we send him flowers or send her flowers?
Nah, she should have stopped this without. She should have said, nah. Yeah, she should. I mean, no.
Yeah.
Because the lady, see, if I'm out with a young lady, it's not my job to check the guy. Yeah. It's her job.
She should have been like, no, you know what?
There you go.
I can't come up. I'm with someone.
Right. And if a lady check on me,
we're not gonna be like, forget him.
Right, there you go.
We'll be like, okay, great.
Right.
You know,
and you'd have been okay. But now you'd have been like, come on. He won't mind. But I'm surprised. First of all, I commend him for going.
Yeah.
I mean, because not a whole lot of guys are going with their girls.
Yeah.
They might go, but
they go. Some of them go. They might
going
be in the back. They might be a little bit further back. Like, nah, you ain't getting front row.
Right.
He not finna look at you at all.
Let's talk about, I'm looking at the Grammys.
Yeah.
And you have one. Mm-hmm. But reading you and researching this, you feel you should have more.
Yes. I feel like a lot of artists feel like they should have more. But I feel like I don't want to discredit the Grammys or diss them or feel like the angry artist when it comes to that. I feel like
you won't be the first, you won't be the last.
Yeah, I know. I feel like music at a state right now is not based on what people love. Right. I feel like well, with the Grammys, no disrespect to y'all, but I just feel like there's a lot of old ears over there.
Right.
A lot of old ears. There's a lot of people that's not really tuned into what's going on. So and you know, it's a broad range of artists that I can think of now that deserve more Grammys and more recognition. Right. But you know, I feel like at this point in my career, in my life, I'm like, you know what? I have one, right? That's good enough. You know, for me, I feel like
he lonely though.
He could be lonely, but he could be lonely. I rather what I get my joy from is filling them stands up. Right. Like. I could care less about getting on the stage. Well, I would love to get on the stage at a Grammys or any awards. I don't have a problem with it. But it doesn't fill my heart more than it does to see twice as many people in an arena. Or I go over and I sell out 6 nights in a row. Like that's priceless to me. Right. So I feel like I've just started loving what I love the most about what I do, just the music and the passion, and just focused on that.
You caught some flack because you wrote Robert Glasper. You say, who is this cat? Yeah. And I mean, he did the song with Michelle Indegocello, who's my favorite all-time artist, and her. Yeah. great song. And you say, no disrespect, you took it back. Tell me what your mindset was. Okay, you're sitting at home.
Impulse.
So that's what, hold up, who the homeboy? They say, hey, give me that. Because you about to do something, give me that.
Yeah.
And put it in his back pocket.
Yeah, they probably was maybe 15 seconds too late by that time. I think, but at the time, because I was misinformed. So even when I had to do my research and be like, you know what, this guy's talented.
He legit.
And I reached out to him. I said, look, I don't want you to think that I have ill will towards you or anything. We should work.
Yeah, he legit.
Yeah, so he reached back out to me. So yeah, we're gonna get in the studio and work. But that was me. That's being a sourpuss.
Right. Are you disappointed that the award shows, given your background, given what you've done, given how you pack the arenas, given how the numbers speak more than Elvis and a billion this and that, that they haven't allowed you to perform? You're a performer.
Yeah, at times.
You want to perform in front of your peers.
I want to showcase what I'm really capable of at all times. But I've taken my position to say I'm not stopping.
Right.
So it'll happen.
Right.
It'll happen. It'll happen.
Do you remember the last award show you performed at?
I think my last award show might have been BET. My last award show might have been BET Awards. Yeah.
Kelly Rowland supported you.
Yeah.
She got some criticism.
Yeah. I love you, Kelly.
Lizzo.
Yeah.
Say your favorite. Criticism.
Yeah.
Ed Sheeran, some others have come to you like, the man is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And they call criticism. What is it with this cancel culture?
I don't think it's even a cancel culture. I think because my fans and the people who do love me, like, they kind of overshadow it. Right. I'm still here,
Right.
But I feel like I just feel like people are sensitive as hell today, man. Like we don't get to really shoot the shit, or we don't get to say what we really want to say. A lot of times, a lot of things is contrived to conform. You don't get to be yourself because you can't have an open expression, freedom to say anything.
Right.
You don't have to discredit anybody or cut anybody out or say anything rude about anybody, but I feel like everybody's too damn sensitive at this point.
Right.
Like,
but you've mentioned some of the people that's in this business that have had some transgressions, that have been forgiven and gone on to, and it hasn't stopped you from making money, but those people were able to go back, be on stage, be in movies and do all these other things.
It's my smile. And I think it's because I think people think I have a careless outlook on it.
Right.
And it's not that I have a careless outlook. I don't care to make you believe that I'm a great person.
Right.
Or a good person.
Right.
I'm just gonna be one.
Right.
So I feel like with that, I'm and I don't take no nonsense, man.
Right.
I'm a humble guy. I'll be cool, but I really don't take no nonsense. I try to stay in my lane, get out the way, don't bother nobody, but I'm not gonna take no nonsense.
If you were to get back, if they called and says, Chris, this year's Grammys, we want you to perform.
Yeah.
You there?
Of course. I'll do it.
No ill will.
It wouldn't be ill will because it would be about the performance. I would want to get that to my fans. It wouldn't be necessarily about the Grammys. It would be about me putting on the best performance.
The fans seeing Chris at an award show.
Yeah. And just going out there and doing my thing.
You'll kill it.
Yeah, man.
This might be the greatest. This might be the greatest stage performance anybody's ever seen.
Well, I'm gonna try to make it that every time. Anytime that opportunity gives itself that opportunity, even on my when you come to my shows, I want to make it like you're watching it on an award show.
Right.
It needs to be theater. It needs to be fun. You know?
Try to leave you want the fan to leave saying, I've never seen anybody do that before.
Yeah. Absolutely. I want to do that every time. And just like I said, give them that joy and give them that it factor. I'm trying to be the greatest to do it while I still can do it.
When they say R&B is dead, Chris Brown says what?
It's not. Just hip hop is more prevalent. I would just say hip hop has been influential over the whole world. Mm-hmm. But I feel like R&B has its place, And there's a lot of R&B artists out, because I don't want to discredit it. It's a lot of great R&B, female-wise and male-wise. I just feel like we just have to have platforms. I feel like we need bigger platforms to show music videos. I think we need, not just for R&B, just for music, period. Like, we used to have 106 in Park. You know, we used to have outlets to where people would be engaged and have to see you at a certain time and have to be invested in your music and certain things like that. There's other avenues like that on the internet.
But Tyler Perry did by just by BET, so maybe he'll bring 106 in Park.
Yeah, let us start showcasing new artists, new talent, so people can, so everybody doesn't have to go find an artist. Like let these talented artists be broadcasted. Like let them rock. I feel like it's needed. I feel like I go flip through my channels, unless I have to type in the name of the artist. It's cool, but I would like to be presented with artists like, oh man, that's tight. Who is that guy?
How do we get R&B? Will R&B ever be what it once was? Because I was talking to Timberland. I think it was Timberland, and he says I don't think it to be at the height it once was.
It depends. Because everything shifts. Okay. There's always a shift in music. So it just depends on the right artist. It depends on the right timing, the season, what the world is, what the state of the world is, what people are going through. Like, you know, music, especially R&B, it comes from pain, a lot of pain. There's a lot of pain going on in the world, but I think right there, everybody's trying to kind of like negate that, or try to be like, you know what, hey, I just want to feel better, or I want to talk about substances and records and whatever crazy stuff it is. But I think it has. It's gonna be time for it.
What's your thought on AI? You like it?
It's I'm 50-50, because the capabilities of the scientific community, I love it.
You know they can make me sound like Chris Brown.
That's crazy.
They won't need real Chris Brown.
See,
they can pay me a half of that.
I said this is what I said. If I heard when I hear the AI version of Chris Brown, and it's just a complete song and it's a great song, I'm gonna figure out if we're gonna license our voices out. Because I know I'm not gonna be the one to do it, but there's gonna be an artist that's I'm like, no, that's me. And they're gonna benefit from it. But I'm 50-50. I feel like it takes away a lot of the mystery or the artistry that makes you a beautiful artist. If you can just have
a computer to do it for you.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I feel like I'm in this technological world too, so I'm fascinated with it as well. You know?
I want to get you out of here on these two right here. You're a very good businessman. It's reported that you own 14 Burger Kings. How were you able to become so business savvy at such a young age?
My team. I've been able to have a great team that, you know, I've been through my ups and downs. Like, I fell a lot financially in the beginning. Just, you know,
you're gonna make mistakes.
Yeah, you know. But now it's about just trying to. I want to create stuff that's gonna create stuff. You know, I want to be able to have stuff that's gonna be here for everybody, for longevity. So, and it doesn't necessarily have to be titled around my actual name or brand. I just want to be able to have a legacy for my family outside of music. You know, I want to be wealthy instead of rich. You know.
Okay.
You know?
Your catalogs, that seems to be a big. You own your masters.
Yeah.
And you were one of the youngest to ever do that at the age of 29. Would you ever? I mean, you see a lot of artists selling their catalog. Is that something Chris Brown would look to do in the future?
I don't know. It depends. It depends on. I don't think I would sell them. I think I might do deals.
Might lease them out.
Lease them out and stuff like that later. But I don't think I would, because I feel like as a black artist, that's what we've been wanting forever.
To be able to get that.
Get our masters.
Right.
So for me to be able to do that, like, and be one of the first young cats to do it, like, it's like, oh my, I'll beat the game. But I feel like I wouldn't do it at this point, because that's something my children's children can eat off.
Right.
You know? So I think yeah.
Tell me the story about Jacquees. Jacquees said he came to LA, he lived in the crib, you like, hey.
Yeah, so Jacquees, he been around me since he was teenager, braces, everything. I seen Jacquees' videos through mutual friends that we knew. Okay. And I knew that he was a fan of me. Right. So I'm not a if I see talent and I see the same spunk that I had in my eye, that I was like, you know what, this kid is really talented. So he came to LA for like a week. He was staying at a hotel. I was like, bro, why you wasting your money at a hotel?
Wow.
The people we both know, they at my crib, we chilling.
Right.
You good, bro? It's no parents at the house gonna tell you what to do. You can come to the house. But so I had to show him the ropes. Like he was around, and he was able to learn from me in the studio as well. Like so I would be in the studio with him and just teach him stuff. He would ask, he'd be like, big bro, what's this? Oh, is this cool to do? Is this not cool to do? And I would just tell him, hey bro, don't do this. Don't do what they doing. That's fried.
Right.
You know, so a lot of the things with Jacquees is real family. So when I see him do his thing and where he's at now, I'm proud of him, man, because I saw the grind before everybody else saw it.
Right.
You know?
I had Timberland on. I'm going to get you out of here on this one. He said he got some great advice from you. He said you called him and said, bro, don't do any more interviews high. You remember that conversation?
Man, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you know, Tim is
family. Y'all from the same area, the Virginia area.
So I learned so much from him. But I remember, you know, I love weed, so we used to smoke a lot of time. And then I just remember seeing him. That's hey man, don't do that no more. Don't do that. Nah, we can't do it. Nah, it's not a good look. It's not a good look.
You got a new single. The new single's out. Summer Too Hot.
Yeah.
Levitt Solar album is on the way.
Yeah.
What can we expect from Chris Brown on this album?
Less songs. Yes, only saying that my fans know what I mean, because I'm used to putting. I think my last album had like 30-something songs.
What?
On it. The one before that had like 56. Like, so it's a lot.
Can we get like 12, 13?
Yeah, but the album's gonna be called 1111,
Okay.
right? It's my 11th album, and it's only gonna have 11 songs.
Right. Okay.
But 1111 is
it gonna be released in November?
No, we're trying to figure it out.
Okay.
Possibly, but we're trying to figure it out now, right? As of now, I'm still in the studio. We got a lot of good records that I've been cutting, and then the new song I just put that out basically to just have something for the summer.
Right.
Have people feeling good
Right.
again. Cause I know it's about to start getting hot out here.
Right.
So let's just have fun. And I'm you know, the video's coming. We about to dance. I'm about to dance,
Yeah.
man. About to dance again on them.
Congratulations on all your success.
Thank you so much.
I think you're performing at Drea on the 29th after the fight.
Yep. You gonna be at the fight?
I'm gonna be at the fight.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be there too. So yeah, we gotta link up, man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate
Congratulations
you.
on all your success.
No, thank you for having me, man.
success. God
Thank
bless,
you.
bro.
Thank you, bro.
Chris Brown.
All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle, pay the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice. That's why all my life, I've been grinding all my life. Look, all my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle, pay the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice. That's why all my life, I've been grinding all my life.